Whoa. Oh. Look at that. Hey. Oh well. Oh man, I'm stuffed. I cooked some chicken tenders and the cane sauce. Oh man. Mashed potatoes. Yes, I have Apple Pay. My mouth hurts. Yes, it do. How do you wanna see it through? I'm just kidding. I'm making up words. Please bring honor to us all.
Facebook swindler, fake doctor, scam.
And sisters, hear my plea. Help me not to make a fool of me. Keep me growing, standing tall. Please bring honor to us, please bring honor to us, please bring honor to us all. I'm gonna play this song first and then I'll play the playlist. I have a habit of eating on one side, so yeah. What am I doing? Playing music. Come on. Oh, it's freezing. I just started it. Yeah, I don't give my stuff out though. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you. Oh, nice. No, I'm not mad.
Watching you, whispering poop songs in your ear.
Candy was in here, but she got blocked. And sad, my tooth hurts.
Watching you, whispering poop songs in your ear.
Where did the comment go? Yeah, it's because I eat on one side and I got used to that. So that's why. This is a good playlist. I don't need to go to the dentist. It's because I'm eating on one side. I know that's what they're going to tell me. My tooth hurts. No. I already know. It's because I'm eating on one side. And when I eat on both sides, when I start eating on both sides, that happens. I have to eat with both sides. So... Sorry about my hair. Someone was gonna do my hair, but I'm not up to it today. Because I have to come on. It's not that it randomly hurts, it's because I don't use my teeth on one side. I have to use all my teeth and I'm not. Because I eat on one side instead of all my sides. I know, because it happens when I eat on one side. I thought of doing something funny, but I don't know. I want to do the most trollingest thing possible. Let me tell you. There's something coming soon. I want to make a sign and go. I want to go. I gotta think of a creative sign and then. But I don't know if I'll have money by then to go. We'll see. I wanna. Oh my god! I just not trolling. Oh man! If oh god. I just thought of something. I have to think of the poster. I have to be real creative. It's gonna be funny. If it gets seen, it'll be very funny. Good. But I'm sure someone might have done this before, but yeah.
Doogie is the cutest poop machine. His poops are stinky, but his smell is...
I don't drink. So for people that says I do drugs, that's crazy. I don't drink, I don't do drugs, I don't do any of that. I don't know. I might tell you, well it's not I might tell you, I'll tell you. In DMs. I'll tell you. I don't do nicotine. My vape has no nicotine in it. So, ha! You can't get mad at me. Oh, I don't do nicotine. That's gross. Nicotine is nasty. Good things on my mind seem to get the heck out. You say you so baby. Empty mind. I don't do drugs. My hair is fine. From you. Thank you for the gifts. Who's giving all my love? Who's giving all my time? Residuals. Ooh, excuse me. No, I have not seen that. What is that? Playing mommy. Isn't that funny? I just think to myself, imagine if I was playing mommy. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm exhausted. Playing mommy. Has anyone played mommy before? You know, played a mommy? No? You've never? No. No, guys, it's not a gross thing. Playing mommy means taking care of someone else's kids. That's what that means. Have you ever done that before? Have you ever took care of someone else's kids? Have you ever played mommy? Not that. Like, Jesus Christ. Yes, okay. I couldn't do that. Just crazy. I don't care. Like, I couldn't. Like, people just thinks that the economy is great just to go out and have kids. So, because someone can't go out and have kids, you go play mommy. Right? Crazy. Like, I'm already exhausted. I cooked. I'm tired. Like, I imagine having a baby. That would be crazy. I'd have to be better prepared. Not just running out there and having a kid. It's a lot. Especially when you're playing mommy to someone else's kids. Jeez, that's... Whew. I'm not... Well, I was going to say I'm too old, but I'm not. I don't know. I don't know. I can understand why some people won't date people that already have kids, because that's too much. And you don't even have, like, your own, like... You don't even have your own, like, time, and if you do it, you're not spending time with your kids. Go. Mommy's busy. And it's so weird, like, we've all had that experience, because my parents would be like, we're busy. They wouldn't even say they were busy, they would lock the door. Like, it's crazy. Well, I'm just being honest. My feelings over. You keep doing it over and over. You keep calling me back. Well, I will be one, but not right away. Like, geez, people do not have to rush me to be a mom right away. That's crazy. Like, imagine, never mind. You know, I don't want to be a mom right away. I cannot take care of a kid. Sorry, like, are you going to take the baby responsibilities? No. Man would be like, can you have, or make me a baby or whatever, and then they don't want the responsibility, so they go find someone else that has kids or will make the babies. Yeah, go do that, and then you realize that's not what you really want. Men do that all the time. Even women. Like, it's crazy. If someone says they're not ready financially, they're not ready. I don't have money to take care of a baby. Are you? Are you? I'm tired, like, I cooked all freaking day. I cooked a bunch of chicken strips. I cooked like 15 chicken strips. I'm not even joking. Then I had to remake the cane sauce because I tried to do a double and I put too much salt and it tasted so salty, and I was like, oh man. I baked a little bit because I didn't have enough to double it. Crap. Now it's not going to be enough for everyone. I hope everyone got to try it, but man. You know what I mean? I did by scratch. I made cane sauce by scratch, I made chicken strips, and I made mashed potatoes. I didn't spend $22 on the cup. I literally spent $9, and I didn't get this cup at Marshall's, I forgot. I got the cup at Burlington. Mommy. So I'm full. Yeah, they did. The Krispies were the best, but Krispies. Let me tell you something. Gone. Well, we did bring back some chicken strips. Ha! Sorry, I laughed at a comment. I'm not even gonna say anything. This time now you knew that you're not here. Do you even know what comment I laughed at? No, so don't even. I'm not drunk. I don't drink. I keep telling you that. I do not drink. Ah. Oh man. If only you knew. Anyways, hey guys. That's a lie. 'Cause I know that was not said. That's how I know you're lying. Yes, I do. No, guys. Well, I'm not even gonna talk. I don't wanna. Every time I say something, it's a back and forth, and I'm not trying to go back and forth with her. Or anyone. No, that's not a new girl. That's her ex. She's not new. I met her before. I know who that is. Like, people are stupid. Yeah, I met her. We were hanging out at the park. I know who that is. That's the one that she talks shit about her. Like, I don't even want to get into it. Yeah, that's the ex that she was talking shit about to me. Saying that she was never going to talk to her again and that she was never going to go back. That's the girl that had the police following her literally because they thought she was selling drugs. When it was that girl's ex, her boyfriend or whoever she was with. I don't know. Yeah, that's her old girlfriend. They're 20 years apart. I told you guys this. She had a 20-year age gap with someone before. That's her ex. That's not new. I met her ex. I know who her ex is. If that's the one that I saw a video on TikTok, if that's who that is, that's literally her ex. Then she goes back. Guys, I'm not jealous. Like, I really don't care. Like I said, we didn't even have a relationship, so why would I care? Like, there's nothing to be jealous about. And I'm not going to be rude or anything, so yeah. But talking shit about someone and saying you're never going to go back and talk to them, and then you go back and talk to them is crazy after they've done so much shit. Literally saying that she used her for cigarette money and that basically she had the cops following her. Like, was that ever true? Because if you have the cops following you because they think you're selling drugs, then why would you want to be around that? You already know your situation, and I'm not bringing that to the internet. That's not going to help your situation, nor is it going to help her situation. Like, that person is just asking for something to happen. And then when it happens, they're going to be highly upset. Like, why? You're just jeopardizing your whole situation. It does not make sense. I'm not even going to tell you guys the whole situation because I know, and it's very stupid to get with someone that's going to cause your situation to get worse. Like, again, it has nothing to do with being jealous or anything like that, but I wouldn't, like, my brother's ex, I told my brother, like, why don't you get away from her? She threatens, she has the police, people want to come shoot us up. Like, why would you want to be with someone like that? You have the police following you? Is that the type of person you want to be with? And then be known as, and then want to, you know, I hate with the back and forth. I don't even want to, whatever. To literally tell people my dad is selling drugs, but then you literally want to be with a drug dealer is crazy. The police don't show around somebody's place surveillancing them selling drugs if they didn't sell drugs. Mind you, I don't even know what's going on. I don't want to address it. Because at the time that, okay, so the whole Shelterchu situation, I never asked Shelterchu to pay for anything. I saw that YouTube video. My mom sent me the YouTube video, by the way, where she messaged someone. First of all, I never asked her to pay for anything. So to be like, oh, that was weird that she paid for everything. She wanted to pay. I never asked her to pay for anything. I didn't expect her to pay. That's not why I hung out with her. The reason why I hung out with Shelterchu is because she was afraid if she had downtime in between, she would relapse and then go back to drinking because she was an alcoholic. So that's why. It prevented her from drinking. And at least if she was spending her money on something else other than alcohol, that's what helped her. And I didn't ask her to spend any money. I said, I don't want you to spend any money. She's the one who offered to spend money. To say that that's weird is crazy. The whole thing is weird. First of all, she told me she's seen her. She goes, oh, I saw her driving by. How could you see her driving by if she was in jail? Just like she says she's seen my dad. And I'm like, wow, I'm confused because it says my dad's in jail. So you didn't, I don't know. She said she saw him lugging a laundry basket, that he was doing drugs and it was fine. And don't worry about it. And I was like, okay, yeah. And then you want to sit here and tell and bring up drugs? Bruh. And no, I'm not saying someone does drugs. Don't take it as that. But still, being around people that used to the whole Shelterchu situation, Shelterchu wanted to pay. I literally didn't ask her to pay for anything. She said it was her way of not buying alcohol because she had an addiction to alcohol. Because it was, no, I didn't air anything out. I'm just going based off of a message that was sent to somebody in a conversation. To say that, oh, it's weird that she paid for everything. She's the one. Yeah, she did pay for everything, but I didn't ask her to pay for everything. You knew that. You knew I didn't ask her to pay for everything. To literally, like, I just don't get it. To go from caring about someone and saying you loved someone to treating them like a piece of shit is a lot to process. You guys don't know how hard that is, because considering the fact that I'm trying to do well and I'm trying to, work on my issues, and it just causes setbacks. Like, that's a hard thing to process. It's not a jealousy thing. It's not, because they're with someone. First of all, nobody in their right mind is in a right space to be in a relationship in the first place. Look at the stuff you're saying online. Is that not a self-reflection of yourself? Is that not a judgment of yourself? Because if you wasn't judging yourself, you wouldn't say that stuff online. Hurt people hurt people. And it's so crazy.
Oh boy. You better have.
Why do you think I was not pushing a relationship?
Whispering poop
Because
songs.
obviously it's not not in the right headspace. First of all, you're not going to say that, because she is not. My mouth hurts. It's not, it has nothing to do whether or not she even liked me at all. That's not the issue. Like, if you think that's the issue, then yeah. If you think that's the issue, then you really don't care. Look at what someone's posting online. Look at the stuff they're saying. It's more so beyond the fact of that, and beyond the fact of needing help. Like, at this point, it's needing help. It's not whether or not, they liked me or they didn't like me, or a relationship or this or that. I gotta work on myself, right? I got a lot of stress. I can't be stressed out over a situation that I don't really care about. Like, because someone chose to bring something to the internet when I didn't say I had a relationship, period. Okay? I don't know who's following people, but I'm not there when people are following to say, the people that are watching us, the people that are following me and my girlfriend from Tophia's fans, whatever, they are not my fans. They are not my supporters. I don't do that. And if someone is doing that, they are most likely a troll. And it's probably not from the stuff that I'm doing. And my social media isn't doing that, because they didn't know who you were until you brought the stuff to social media. Now they have your pictures everywhere. Like, why would you even do that to yourself? It's so beyond crazy. What does that even mean? I do have supporters, but the difference between supporters is the fact that my supporters don't go around following people and watching them. That's crazy. No, she does not want attention. She didn't like my social media. She told me that. She never liked it, because she said that she wanted to be able to go out without having to look or dress up just to go out. I was like, first of all, when I go somewhere, I don't tell people I'm going somewhere. Like, okay. And then she says she didn't like my lifestyle because she didn't like my social media because all of these people. It's just like, okay. She just wants to have a normal life where no one's following her. But that's not going to be the case, because now how are you going to have a normal life when you just put yourself on the internet? Now you're not going to have a normal life. Now you're going to end up just like me, where people see you out somewhere, and then they start filming you and then post you on social media, you and your girlfriend, or any relationships after that. And then if they look into your girlfriend, look up information and start blasting her online, and things start happening to you, Now your life is not normal. You should have never put yourself on the internet. I didn't bring this to the internet. She did, by responding to a comment literally saying that I made stuff up in my head when I never told anyone we had a relationship. I was not even talking about her. First of all, she still believes that I compared her to my dad when I was talking about my ex-friend that is verified. She's not verified, nor was she in love with a guy named Justin. So what are we even talking about? Like, she thinks I'm just making up names and just making up metaphors and everything is just about her. Nothing is about her. It doesn't have to always be about you. Like, I was literally talking about my verified friend, and she still believes that was what I was saying about my friend was me comparing her to my dad. I wasn't even talking about her. She doesn't even know Justin. Like, it's so crazy. Like, now you're not normal. Your picture's all over TikTok now. People know who you are. When they see you somewhere, they're going to film you. What was the whole reasoning? You want to live a normal life. You want to tell people to back off. You're not. They're not. You did that yourself. I didn't do anything. Like, putting yourself, that's what I tried to prevent. But some people never listen. Oh, wow. I better not get blamed, because whoever follows her, takes pictures, are not associated with me. And I've said that plenty of times. When they find out all kinds of stuff about you. Yes, Justin Burke. I was talking about an ex-friend that had everything had a meaning. Everything had, it was crazy with that girl. She was obsessed with him. And I literally talked about that on my live, right? So then she equated it to her and Wendy and said that I was talking about her and pertaining to what she says about Wendy. And I said, no, I'm not even talking about you. Then we got it settled. And then ever since then, she still believed that it was about her and that I lied. Even though I literally mentioned Justin's name. Like, nothing is about you. Then the clout chasing thing, that's what I was going to bring up. I was talking about Ash Too Trippy and Jay, you know, Humpty Reject. And I literally talked about him and how they're clout chasers. And then all of a sudden, she messaged me, she got mad, and she said, I'm not using you for clout. I don't know what this clout is. And I said, I never said anything. First of all, I know you're not using me for clout. You're not online to begin with. You really don't do the social media stuff. So then we got that resolved. And then now here she is bringing it up again. It's just like, I thought we got this resolved and got past this. I'm not talking about you wanting clout. I never mentioned your name. And if you think I'm talking in subliminals, I don't do that. I literally mentioned Jay and Ash Too Trippy's name. It had nothing to do with you. If you were still upset with that, you could have talked to me. It's just like still holding on to things. And I thought it was already resolved. Like, we had this conversation. It's crazy. Why would I say you want clout when you're not even on social media? You don't even do the whole social media thing. It's just these misunderstanding conversations. And then it's like, I can't even have a topic or a subject or talk about anything on my live. Because if I mention it, somehow it's linked to her. I get a message and then I'm getting yelled at because everything I say, it's about her when it's not. I talked about having the feeling sometimes, because I don't know, like, you know, I would never do an addiction, right? I would never do alcohol, but sometimes there's a thought of, oh, why don't I go drink my life away? Then I see what alcohol does to people, and I'm like, no, never mind. Then she's like, oh, we had a topic about that, and then you go make that. I had already been talking about feeling like that, saying that or doing that. Like, I said it before you even said anything. It was like that whole thing of like, oh, we have a conversation or we say this and then you make it a topic. It's just like, I can talk about whatever I want. I'm not trying to make something a topic. Nobody's gonna know anything. I don't mention names. I don't do any of that. I just talk. Because someone in the comments mentioned it. Some people mention the same topic. That does not mean anything. You know, I'm not talking about what I'm just saying is it's just frustrating. Like, I had to watch what I say on my live because then people take it as me talking about them when it's not. You could just have conversations and act like the grown adult you are because you're older than me, but you don't want to have conversations. No grown adult ever wants to have a conversation with someone. It's always blasting someone online, attacking someone, and not sitting down and having an actual conversation like an adult. If you don't know how to communicate, then you guys are crazy. You don't know how to communicate, but you want to be in a relationship. How are you going to communicate in a relationship? You're in a relationship for what? Something happens and you don't know how to communicate and you leave after one incident, one argument, one little thing because you don't know how to communicate? Bruh. And one thing I learned is that when you're in a relationship, you're in a role. So you expect each other to do and act like how a girlfriend and boyfriend is supposed to act or how a girlfriend is supposed to act. You're in these roles. So you expect them to act a certain way. And if they don't act that certain way, then what? Right? Like, why would you guys want to be in relationships when you're not fit or you're not well enough to be in relationships? Not like that. You know what I mean? There's a lot going on that people have not dealt with since their childhood. It's trying to fill a void. It's trying to fulfill something that is never going to be fulfilled. Yeah, I may have never had a relationship, but who cares? First of all, that person is not being themselves, right? You said you shouldn't expect anything except the person being themselves. That's not being yourself. If not too long ago you were saying you would never talk to that person and you really don't love them, because if you love them, like, if that person really loved you, they wouldn't have chose someone else over you. That's the main thing, right? You're not being yourself if you're just looking for someone who is there for you in the moment. Trust me. I know. I was told. I'm not dumb. I know what I was told. That's not really what it is. You'll come to see that. I don't have to say it. It's not rocket science. It's not anything to do with anything. For me personally, I'm not that type of person. I'm not. You okay? That is literally like bandanas. If you are literally, that's like that guy, right? Do you want to go out? And I'm like, no. Next thing you know, he moved away. He's engaged. You think? No, you can't think. You don't know the situation. I know the situation. If someone was talking shit about me behind my back, saying all this shit, saying how I will never talk to her again, and is back talking to her again, And literally the stuff that was said to me sounds like someone that doesn't love somebody. You can't think. You guys are not in this situation to know this person in real life like I knew this person. I received messages of her talking shit about that person. And the stuff that she said does not sound like somebody that's in love with someone. And it has nothing to do with jealousy. Just like she was probably telling her shit about me. Then that was not love either. Because how can you talk shit about someone behind their back and then, you know, tell them you love them to their face? I know the shit that was being said. First of all, a controlling relationship, because I wouldn't understand. I received a message saying that I would understand. No, I wouldn't. Because for me, I wouldn't be in a relationship with someone that isolates me away from the world, away from people. That is not a healthy relationship. If it was you and someone told you stop being friends with your best friend, you wouldn't do that. Do you think that's healthy at all? If a man told you to stop seeing your mom, that you were no longer allowed to see your family, that you couldn't see your brother, you couldn't see your sister, you couldn't see your family, you literally have to use your brain. But I'm not saying in the sense of best friends, right? I'm just telling you like it is. I did brush my hair. So it's healthy for someone to say that they can't have female friends. That's healthy. That's not healthy at all. That sounds like someone that has a side chick. That sounds like someone that is seeing somebody else on the side and doesn't really love you. That's what that sounds like. And you don't need to go to Maury. You don't need to go to, if Jerry Springer was alive, you don't need to go to Jerry Springer to tell you that. If someone is literally worried about somebody else, it's most likely because they're doing it. You shouldn't have to be worried about someone else interfering with your relationship. That's mad insecure. That means that person doesn't love themselves. So why are they in a relationship? They judge themselves. I'm not going to be in a relationship with someone and be like, I'm worried about the other chick you used to be with. Like, what? That's not even healthy as heck. That is not healthy as heck. You don't have to be in a relationship to know that. If someone is accusing you of something, they are most likely doing it. Have you not watched Maury? Hello. When the guy was accusing the girl of cheating and saying, oh, I think she's going out. Oh, I think she's this and that. He ends up getting caught lying. And he was cheating. You don't have to say it. You don't. You just don't. Hello? I don't even need to explain this. It's not about a jealousy thing. If you're saying let's make a baby with someone and then you're with someone, does that really sound like love? I'm not going to be with a man while telling another man let's make a baby. That is crazy to me. That is insane. Not too long ago, like literally, okay, I'll tell you one incident. Not too long ago, we went somewhere, well, we went to clean to get ready for a barbecue on a Saturday. So she calls, I answer, right? I'm like, oh, you know, I knew what she was going to say. That's why I said that. I was like, I don't have a roommate. My roommate moved. Sure enough, what does she say? Something that has her mind in the gutter. And then here I was like, I don't know if I said I knew you were going to say that, but I said, like, get your mind out of the gutter. Like, ha ha ha, like, bro, I call it all the time. That was just not too long ago. But you love someone, right? We don't even know what love is. Do you know what love is? What's love to you? Do you know what love is? Because someone talking shit about you behind your back is not love. That is not love. Someone talking shit about you, someone literally having thoughts about being someone else and you with someone else and you were not on their thoughts is not love. Not love at all. If it didn't work out before, what makes people think it's going to work out now? What's going to make anything different than before? And this is just relationship talk. This has nothing to do with specific relationships. What, like, people always think, oh, it's going to be different this time. It's going to be way different than it was before. And then it isn't. You're going back with the same mindset. You're going back to the same cycle so you can go around and say, oh, this person is doing shit to me. Oh, this person has the cops following me. Oh, this person's this person's that. You haven't resolved nothing. Hello? Common sense. Like, bruh. People like Shorty Bae needs to work on herself and stop trying to get into multiple relationships. It's not gonna work. She gets from one guy to the next guy to the next guy to the next. And I'm not being rude, but that's not healthy at all. You're not working on yourself. Like, common sense. I am worried about myself. What vape? I don't have a vape. I do. I have the red one. And this is a remote, by the way. My remote. No, I don't. It's not even a jealousy thing, guys. You have to use your common sense, right? It has nothing to do with being jealous. You know, everyone should want to work on themselves. The world is a fucked up place because nobody wants to work on themselves. That's the thing. People hop into relationships. People hop into running to get a job because that's what they're told to do. Have you ever stopped to like, if you're not asking the person you're with what they think and believe about themselves, because this is what someone told me. This is what I'm learning. Like, I literally talk. I see a therapist Monday and Wednesday, and all week I'm talking about my feelings. I'm talking about my feelings and fixing myself. If you're not asking someone what they think and believe about themselves, then why are you with them? You don't know the person you think you know. It's only good for a moment, you know, like, what is that? Here for a good time, not for a long time? Like, first of all, it doesn't make sense. Okay, to me, the whole thing didn't make sense and it was frustrating. I'm not jealous. I just wanted to have a conversation, adult to adult conversation. Not this random messages that made absolutely no sense, talking about how she knows I don't want to be in a committed relationship. She knows she's not controlling, but tells you can't be friends with females. You can't be friends with me. And then you're acting like you're in a committed relationship. Makes no sense, saying I care about her. Obviously you don't care if it's not really a committed relationship. If it's not really a committed relationship, then why would she have to care who you're friends with? Why would she even have to care about somebody else if it's not really a committed relationship? Make that make sense. Why lie? Why lie? You could tell me the truth, but you didn't. It was stuff like that, like leaving messages, lying to me. And I hate this because then she posts on Facebook, she lashes out, she gets mad, she threatens the police on me. For what? For telling the truth? If you're in a committed relationship with someone, no one needs to worry about some other chick. It sounds like a committed relationship to me. If you really cared, that's a lie. You don't care because you said yourself it's not a committed relationship. So what the heck? Why lie to people? I'm going to tell you, one message is all I sent that day. And I said, how are you doing? Not too good. So you lied? If you're in a relationship with someone, why are you not doing good? That should tell you, if you're not talking to the person that you're with, that you're not doing good, and they don't know that you're not doing good, then why are you in a relationship? You can't even talk to your own person about not doing good. You can't even have a conversation. Can't even have a conversation with me, which tells me that it's not a good relationship because you can't even have a conversation. Crazy. And it has nothing to do with jealousy. If people was just honest from the get-go, that would have been great. Here I am trying to make plans, trying to be nice, trying to be friendly, and here you are over here, never told me you was in a relationship, saying, oh, her fans saw my real girlfriend. Like, why are you throwing that in my face? Not once in messages have you ever mentioned girlfriend. Maybe you need to start telling the truth and stop lying and have a conversation. I never once threw you out there online like that or attacked you or said shit. I kept all of that stuff private because you said to keep it private and not let anyone know what happens. I got frustrated because you lied. You can't even have an adult conversation with me. And it's way beyond a relationship. It's way beyond her being with somebody. It's messed up. If you saw the recent messages, if you saw everything, it's messed up. To literally go from I'm in a relationship to try to say, oh, that's not it. I'm not in a relationship. I'm just trying to protect you because what if something happens? And then from I'm not trying to hurt you to then telling people I drugged your pizza, which is so crazy, and hurting me and putting me on blast online when I never said I had a relationship with you, to then saying that, oh, I don't know why I have to like make up stuff or make up excuses to you or whatever you said in messages. You just said you wasn't in a relationship, and now all of a sudden that's your girlfriend and you're in a relationship? Oh, girlfriend. I thought it wasn't committed. Right? Oh, it's not a committed relationship, but girlfriend. You wouldn't call someone your girlfriend if it's not committed. Like, you guys don't even know. Like, and I'm not sharing messages because I don't do that stuff. Someone messaged me today and was like, well, why don't you do it? And I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. But it's so frustrating that you couldn't even tell me the truth. I even asked you to be honest, and you made an excuse saying that this is so stressful. What is so stressful? The fact that you can't juggle your feelings for me while being in a relationship with a girl that you call a girlfriend, and it's my fault that you don't know how to handle both people. You don't know how to deal with your feelings for me and wanting to be with that person. That is not my fault. I didn't do anything to you to deserve what you said about me burning your house down and drugging you, to be hateful. And you blamed me for your feelings. Nobody understands. She never cared about my feelings, which is okay. It had nothing to do with she ever really loved me or not. But when she had strong feelings, she treated me like shit. She self-sabotaged. She pushed me away. And it's not my fault that she had these feelings. And then now she wants to be with this person. I never pressured her to be in a committed relationship. Even in the last messages that she sent me, she lied and said that I was trying to control her. Where was I trying to control you? Anywhere. I just said, hi, how are you doing? I didn't say, hi, let's go out somewhere. You thought I was saying hi to you and reaching and asking you how you were doing so I could ask you to go somewhere. I wasn't going to ask you to do anything. You make it seem like I was controlling you and that I told you didn't like men. You told me you even said on the bus. This lady contradicts herself. She literally had a whole conversation about never wanting to get married again. Then talking to a mechanic on the bus talking about the probability of wanting to get married. Like, you don't even know what you want in life, really. You don't even know what's going on. She herself says she lives day by day. Like, all she had to do was be honest and say, hey, look. Oh, it's because, she said, I can't be friends with you because you expressed that you have feelings for me. No. Be honest and tell her the truth. I still have feelings for this other girl and I'm with you. You can't even do that. And you're older than me. That's what's frustrating. Is not having a conversation and you're older than me and you don't even know how to communicate properly? Jesus Christ. Yes, I'm bisexual. You can't even have a conversation. You just go blast someone online because you thought that was the good thing to do? Because of your feelings? Because you can't be honest with the person you're with? That's insane. I did. I asked her. I said, hey, let's have a conversation. I'm trying to understand you. She overcomplicated it and said that I was stressing her out. So I said, okay, fine, whatever. Then she tells me I was not stressing her out. Okay, so am I stressing you out or am I not stressing you out? I wanted to have the conversation with her. I said, hey, look, let's have this conversation. I'm trying to understand you. What's going on? You're not making any sense. She was not making any sense. She said she was in a relationship. Then she made it seem like she lied to protect me so I wouldn't get hurt. And then tells me some other BS when you could have just told me the truth and then said, I hate having to lie to you. What said to me that I told you you needed to lie to me to tell me the truth? You could have told me you was in a relationship. No, you didn't want to hurt me because you do this bullshit where you was telling me you loved me and then you really didn't love me and you was saying all of this stuff and then it was bullshit. Like, fuck. And then you don't want to tell the person you're with that you have feelings for me. I really feel that's not it. You're hiding things already and you're not being truthful. So it's my fault? Someone who is walking around telling people she knows me as Big Daddy. What could... Other people were witness to that. They heard that. Yeah. Yeah. I'm telling you, this stuff is crazy. What's up? There was a bunch of girls there. Oh, and then, I don't know, I saw where she said I pressed my boobs up against her. No, I did not. Let's not lie and try to say, oh, well, she wants to say I hate her, but she pressed her. No, I wasn't trying to press my boobs up against you. The reason why she mentions boobs is because she likes big boobs. She's always made, sexual jokes about my big boobs. Let's be for real. You know what you're doing with that. And I was not trying to press my boobs up against you. I had told her that there was a girl there, right? There was some guys helping out. We went to go help out somewhere. She got all of their numbers. They were walking up and the girl said, show your boobs to the guys. That's what she told me. And I was like, no. Like, why would you tell me to do that? That's weird. And then she said, and you call them daddy. Say like, hey, daddy. And that's just not okay to tell somebody to do that. So when who showed up, I told her like, oh, that girl told me to. I told her, it was just crazy what just happened. Because I tell her stuff. And so I told her that. Yeah. Like, what happened. Oh, you ain't gonna... yeah. Maybe it doesn't mean anything to kiss someone on the forehead, but you did kiss me on the head. So, I mean, but yeah, if you were so uncomfortable about me pressing my boobs against you, then why did you do that? I mean, people saw that. They were a witness to that. It was out of nowhere. Like, I was just standing next to her, and all of a sudden, which I didn't have a problem with it, because I was like, okay, she's being affectionate. Hello. Like, to literally say, oh, you pressed my boobs. A group of people there was cameras. Even the people from the program was there. Like, hello, that we were helping. The people from the place we were helping was there. Like, why are you gonna lie like that? There's cameras. You was clearly not uncomfortable when you walked out of your car with a big old smile on your face when you saw me. Let's not lie. Facial expressions do not lie. And yes, someone can really act a certain way and then feel uncomfortable later, right? But to literally do that when you know the whole situation and what happened, that is totally different. You trying to say, oh, you pressed your boobs against me, is totally different than grabbing my boobs process, and that I was trying not to be upset over, and that I had to talk to a therapist with, because you tried to literally down talk the fact of what you did to me. That is so fucked up. You can't even take accountability for hurting someone. You never take accountability. That's not the first time she's harassed someone like that. She wants to say, oh, what did you, or if she did say, oh, what did you do to Bella? Ask her what she did to Bella. She was saying sexual stuff to Bella, and Bella got mad at her and told her to stop. That she literally didn't like that. She said it was making her uncomfortable. Well, what do you expect? I act and think like a man. I didn't have no response to that. What am I supposed to say? She's literally telling me this. What am I supposed to respond to? That's the type of stuff that is crazy. And, I've been around people. Sexual jokes don't bother me. That was a thing. She literally was like, I was hanging out with her one time, and she looks at her daughter, and she's like, oh, she doesn't, oh, she's not being herself. She's not cracking the jokes that she used to crack because you're there. I'm like, first of all, what do you mean? Like, okay, sexual jokes, right? And the reason why I stopped doing the jokes was because she made it feel like she was uncomfortable with them. So I stopped. Because if you're uncomfortable with something, I'm going to respect your boundaries. If you're acting like you're uncomfortable, I'm not going to continue something that is making you uncomfortable. I even asked you if you were uncomfortable. When you got mad at me the last time, you said that I made you uncomfortable. How did I make you uncomfortable? Uncomfortable. How did I make you uncomfortable? We should be back. Like, you want to go online and now, after all this time, say you was upset. Say that I was obsessed. You have no communication skills. All I asked was to have a conversation and you wouldn't. You're in a relationship with someone and you can't even have a conversation with me? That's crazy. So then you lash out and you bash me online. You spread false rumors about me because you know that's what works, right? Because I'm the social media star, so you could say whatever you want and people would believe you. But you can't even tell anybody the truth. Crazy. It's not about getting over it. It's the fact about having a conversation that is frustrating. Instead of lying to someone, she could have had that conversation. No way was I trying to be in a relationship with her. She thinks in the past, because I cooked, that means me saying, hey, let me go over and cook for you, means that I want to be something with you. I cook for other people all the time. I don't want to be with them. I cook for friends. I don't want to be with them. Cooking has nothing to do with wanting to be in a relationship. That is crazy. Because in the past, she made a statement like cooking is the way to someone's heart. So then I had joked. That's when she went over because I told her I would cook the cheesy chicken Alfredo. So now, ever since then, yeah, she does have that perception of if I cook, that means that I want to be with her. No, I just wanted to cook. That was all. I wanted you to just try this new thing that I found out how to make my own cane sauce. Like, it had nothing to do with that. It's not me. It's me being upset at the fact that someone couldn't have a conversation and just literally sat there and bashed me online in front of people and disrespected me in front of a bunch of people that didn't even have no respect for me. I didn't do that to you. I asked you for communication and you wouldn't communicate. All I said was, hi, how are you doing? And you said that I bombarded you while you was laying next to your partner. It's a freaking lie. You have conflicted feelings and you went online and lied because of how you feel towards me. You guys don't even know the whole situation. Whenever she comes back, it's because she has feelings. Stupid. She said I was still in love with you. Okay, whatever. You didn't have to tell me that. I already knew that shit. Why couldn't you just have a conversation? That's crazy. She didn't post everything. She didn't post everything. She didn't post recent messages. She didn't post nothing. She needs to post a message where she said that she was going to tell everyone that she was not my girlfriend. If she really sent me that message, then she needs to show y'all, because she never mentioned girlfriend in any of the messages. You want to believe her so bad, then why don't you ask her to show that message? She won't show it because that message does not exist. The message that she sent me was for me to tell people to stop thinking that she was my crush because she didn't want that label. She said, can you tell these people to stop saying I'm your crush? I don't want that label. I said, no one's saying anything. They don't even know who you are. Why do you want me to bring that up and tell people that? That doesn't make any sense. I don't need to tell people anything. I'm not saying anything. Like, what? Crazy. Because I don't show messages. Why didn't she show the message where she claimed that literally she was going to run online and tell people she was not my girlfriend, and I bombarded her girlfriend with messages? The only time I met her girlfriend or whoever she was with was once. Several times, actually. We hung out several times. I had no issues with her. To literally say, oh, I don't have her number. I don't know her like that. Oh, she seen you on the bus. Oh, she didn't say hi to me. I don't know people like that. To say that I literally spammed her person with messages because she was going to run online and tell people that she was not my girlfriend, that is weird to be lying like that. You literally said I drugged your pizza. I never bought you Papa John's. I never attacked you. If I attacked you, why didn't you call the police? I always asked. I always planned. I always said, hey, do you want to hang out? You're the one who called me because you wanted to get out of wherever you was at and asked me if I could cook for you and everybody else. Because you guys wanted to get out because you were stuck at the shelter and you didn't want to be stuck at the shelter. I tried to do things because I wanted to be nice. Because it was a lot going on. So I thought, hey, maybe if I spend money and go out, maybe if you know, they won't be stuck and we can have a good time and not be bored or be doing nothing. I wouldn't want to be stuck at home all day not doing nothing. Go play pool. It's only like $20 on the weekends. $20 all night. Like, hello. Listen to some music. Go play arcade games. I wouldn't want to be bored. Anytime I literally asked or literally planned to hang out, I made sure it was okay. For you to say that I showed up unannounced to your job is a flat out lie. Your ex-co-workers? No. At Walmart, that was a freaking lie. Oh, what did you do? Now all these people, she would crack jokes with me. She would be like, now what did you do? You just left it. Now all these people came in. It's like rush hour. They probably saw you here at Walmart. They heard you and they all came to shop at this Walmart. If you had an issue with me visiting you during like sorry y'all, my phone overheated. There's my remote. It's just like, it has nothing to do with jealousy. I would just like to have an adult conversation without it just being some BS and just lying. Like, who cares? So what? You guys keep mentioning, like, oh, she never really loved you. Okay, that was not the whole point. If you cared about that person, oh, I care about them, you wouldn't have been talking shit about them not long ago. If I love someone, I'm not talking shit about them. I never talk shit about her online. I never told anyone we had a relationship. To literally tell people I made that up in my head, first of all, I never said anything. I've been talking about my issues. I've been upset over the fact that my brother is dead. He's not buried. I have the issues with my dad out there on substance uses. My mom is at another shelter trying to get housing. You knew that. It's contradicting. It's confusing me. You say you don't want a committed relationship, then you get mad at, I don't know, it just makes me feel like it was like being mad because, you know, I'm doing what you ask, but then you don't want me to do what you asked. That's what it makes it seem like. Oh, you want me to think of you as a friend, but then you don't want me to think of you as a friend, and you're getting mad at me because you don't really say what you want. That's what it is, taking it out on someone, because, like, that's like when men make the joke that women don't really know what they want. That's like going to say, oh, I want to go to McDonald's. He takes you all the way to McDonald's and says, I don't want that. Let's go to Wendy's. So then he takes you to Wendy's. I don't want that. Let's go to Arby's. So then he takes you to Arby's. No, I didn't want Arby's. I wanted Domino's. You could have just told me you wanted Domino's. I told you that when I said I wanted Arby's. That's literally what it's like. And it's affecting me, and it's affecting my stress. And to literally say that I baited you, or that I used my harming myself, I didn't do that to expect anyone to show up to the hospital. That's not what I wanted. If you thought that, then that's you. It has nothing to do about you. I said it was partially because of the people online. Why does everything always have to be about you? Like, when I say I wanted to hurt myself, which I'm not, I don't. But the thing is it has nothing to do with you. You see what people say online. You see that people are bullying me. You see that people said that I had something to do with my brother's death. My brother is not alive. My mom is somewhere else that I can't even be with her, or can't even go out and do anything with her. My dad is in the streets on drugs, and I have all this other shit going on, but somehow it has to always be about you. It bothers me that I have so much shit going on that you don't even give a fuck. Because if you gave a fuck, you wouldn't have done that to me online. You would have never did what you did. Whatever you said is insignificant to the bigger shit that I've got going on. That's like saying, well, you need to get upset over the toilet not flushing. No, I need to be upset over the fact that I don't have a place to live and my mom is not with me. Why am I going to focus on something that's minuscule? Yes, whenever something happens and we get in an argument and I say that, yeah. But it doesn't mean it necessarily has to be about you. You don't know what it's like because you're not abandoned. You've never been abandoned. You say all these people leave you, but then you have all these friends. Then you assume I have all these friends because of my social media. And then you messaged me and told me I manipulated you by lying that you're manipulating me. Why do you say that? I don't have friends. If my mom dies, I don't have anybody. Which means that I said I've already made my plan if my mom dies. I don't. You don't know what that's like. You have someone there next to you. I don't. I have to hang on to whatever freaking memory I have because I got treated like shit. I'm on the other end of getting treated like shit. just because you want to be with someone. And you were the one that expressed your feelings to me, and then you said, fuck you. It was a big fuck you. And you're taking it out on me because you want to be with someone while still having feelings towards me. Fuck you. You don't know. And then you said you wasn't trying to hurt me, but then you go online and you hurt me. You put me on blast. You disrespected me. And I'm not supposed to respond. And when I respond, I get met with threats by the cops because I'm defending myself. I haven't even said anything horrible about you. And I've been blocking people when they literally say that you have mental illness, that you're mentally ill. I literally had someone message me today and say, is she mentally ill? I said, no, don't do that. Do not come in here and do that. No, she is not. I have enough respect. You disrespected me and put me on blast all for somebody else. And it had nothing to do with a relationship. You had feelings for me and you didn't want to literally tell the truth. You literally never saw me as a friend. You saw me as more than a friend, and you won't admit that shit, and it's so frustrating. I said, okay, I'm trying to be your friend. You could have said, hey, this is hard for me because I'm trying to see you as a friend, but my feelings are that I don't see you as a friend. I see you as more than a friend. You're blaming me for that when I never brought up a relationship in any of the topics. I literally even talked to her about playing on my Xbox One. That I was playing Fortnite. I was even on the phone with her when I was playing Fortnite. We literally had a friendly conversation. It had nothing to do with a relationship. And now I'm the one that's getting treated like shit. All because of her feelings. I don't have to have proof. This is what she's thinking. I don't need to have proof because it's literally right there. You don't even need to talk to somebody for them to say that. I don't even need someone to tell me that for me to already know that. How hard is it to be friends with someone? You could have literally just said, hey, I can't be your friend because I have these feelings. Why are you trying to force being friends? If you know that we're both on the same page, then why would you do that? That's kind of creepy. Like, why? Why try that? I was okay. You make it seem, and if that was not even the only thing. She made it seem like I would be hurt and I wouldn't be okay with being friends. Not too long ago, she told me, because she called me and I said, oh, I didn't even notice that you called. And she said, okay, good, glad, you're slowly getting over it. And I knew what she meant, but like playing like I was stupid, I was like, what do you mean? Thank you for the gift points. And then she was like, thinking about me a lot. And I said, I don't think about you a lot. Why do you think I think about you a lot? Like, why would you message me saying that I think about you a lot? So then I did say, yeah, I do think about you a lot, but it's because I worry about you and I care. Because yes, I do, because she has an issue that I'm not going to talk about online. I was worried something might have happened, even though I know that she can protect herself, she's safe, but you never know. You never know. I have a right to care. It wasn't because I was thinking about her all the time because of that. Like, okay. Oh, I know you are. You don't know anything. I've been thinking about my brother a lot. My brother's dead. I can't bring him back. I got other issues. I don't feel good about myself. I think about like being overweight. I think about all my issues. I got a lot of shit going on. My life doesn't revolve around one person. Thank you for the gift points. Gift coins. My life does not revolve around you. Yes, I do worry. But if I would have said that, then you won't tell me anything. Because she has said, don't worry. You know, because then she won't tell me, you got a lot of stuff going on. You don't need to worry about me. Of course I do. I can't help that. What am I supposed to do? Not worry? You got a lot of stuff going on. Like, all I said was, hi, how are you doing? And it went from, hi, how are you doing, to, I'm going to call the cops. You're excessive. I didn't even bombard her with messages. The messages show otherwise. I didn't bombard her with messages. I just said, I just said, hi, how are you doing? She said, not too good. So then we had a conversation, and I said, oh, I cooked for my roommates. Like, I cooked the chicken strips. I made homemade cane sauce and mashed potatoes. I don't remember if I sent her the photo. And I said, and then she was talking about, like, you know, the stuff she has going on in her house, whatever she was doing at that time. And I said, you need to let me come over and cook for you and make the cane sauce. You have to try this cane sauce. That's all I said. Where does that mean that I have feelings for you? So then, after that conversation, I go to sleep and I wake up to this message that says, I can't hang out with you anymore. Look, I don't want my person to get the wrong idea. And I was like, okay, that's fine. I understand. I always told her I understood. So then I just, like, when I woke up, I just started crying. Here I am waking up out of a sleep, and I just, like, because what the heck? Like, that was so random. Like, you didn't even, and it was just being hurt at the fact that she didn't communicate that she was in a relationship. She didn't say nothing. Like, you made me look stupid. You could have just said that. So then, basically, we had that upset me, and I had to talk to people about it, because that affected me. The whole night I was fucked up. Like, because you said that, and then you went from that to having a conversation about buying something off of Temu, and it's just like, you just told me this. Like, I needed to process this, and you just start having a conversation with me, LOLing and laughing, like everything's all good after you just dropped that on me. Like, I'm just supposed to be okay. After you just said, right, and then you just told me, right, that you couldn't talk to me because basically I had already expressed feelings and the person was not comfortable with me being your friend. So then you talk to me like everything's normal, like everything's good, and then the next day you say, well, I could still be your guys' friend. I could still be friends with you guys from the shelter, to going and then bashing me online. It was not long ago, like last week on Friday, she was telling me that she could be my friend. That, oh, we can be friends. And making it seem like it was cool, and then going and bashing me online. That is so fucked up. Thank you for the gifts. It's just so crazy. I was so confused, and I'm trying to process, and it's hard because it's like saying all of these things. I don't even know how to process any of the messages. It went from that to then blasting me on Monday. After you just said that, oh, I could be friends with you, I was already going to tell her, no, I don't want to be friends. I don't want to be in an uncomfortable environment where I'm having to sit there and feel uncomfortable because your partner is looking at me some type of way. I did not want to be in that. If you already said you couldn't talk to me and you couldn't be friends with females, right? Then why would I want to even be friends with you and be made to feel uncomfortable? That's just weird. You shouldn't have to choose between having friends and having a partner. It should be comfortable all the way around. I should be able to hang out with everyone without having to make it feel like it's all uncomfortable. I don't want to sit there and feel uncomfortable. That's weird. You can't even have a conversation? I don't have to listen because it's my life and I could talk about whatever I want. But it shouldn't have to be weird if people just communicated. I don't want to be friends with someone and their partner's uncomfortable and I'm sitting there and it's an uncomfortable feeling. Communicate that. Communication is key. All of this is because her feelings, and it's my fault. When I never said anything about a relationship, mind you, it's projection, because I told her, okay, I said, I'm trying to be your friend, because she said, well, she said that I can't, and I was like, I'm not trying to have a relationship with you, I'm trying to be your friend. And to literally tell people that I'm talking about you for money is weird as fuck. I don't want money from you. I don't know why. If I was to drop some stuff, you would really know that I don't want money from her. But I'm not. To say, oh, she talks about me because she's getting... Thank you for the gift points again, guys, by the way. But it's just so crazy. I'm not even talking about you because I get gift points. I get gift points regardless. I got gift points when I wasn't talking about you. Like, that's a very shitty thing to do. And for me, it's not because I want to keep dragging it or talking about it. It's me trying to process the fact that someone that truly cared about someone, telling someone that they love them, literally did that to them. My stress is bad. My body is shutting down. I have a lot going on. And today I saw a car. First of all, I had an incident because I stepped out somewhere to ask for boxes. And these two ladies looked at each other and they gave me this look. And I was like, oh boy. Oh boy. Like, I didn't even do anything. Why are you looking at me like that? Now I'm getting judged. Oh, over something I didn't do. So I thought, oh my god, like, then I got paranoid because this guy got out. And he got on the phone and I'm like, oh, he's making a call. He's probably saying, she's over here, come down here. You know, I freaked out. Then I saw, we were driving up because we were trying to get some boxes. So we were stopping places to ask for boxes and I saw a car that she drove that it looked like her car. I freaked out because I'm like, oh my god. They pulled out. Like, it wasn't quick, but I felt like it was quick, and I freaked out because I never know. You know, that's just my thought process with my PTSD. It was so scary, and then to see these two ladies give me a dirty look, they looked at me like, that's her. Like, you know, like, I just got judged, and I was like, oh man, I don't really want to do this. I just want to get back in the car. I just want to go home. You know, and I never felt that horrible. And then seeing that freaked me out. I got so scared because I'm like, oh my god. Like, what if we met at the same place at the same time, but I was just looking for boxes and she's going to assume that I'm stalking her or following her if that's really her, which thank God it wasn't. But I freaked out because I'm like, I don't want her to think I'm spying on her, or I have these people driving around with me to spy on her. I'm just going to get boxes. That's just literally what my thought process is. There's a lot going on that I'm trying to process. People don't understand. It has nothing to do whether she really loved me, if she's in a relationship or not. It's very fucked up. You told people I drugged you. I would never harm you like that. I never had intentions of harming you like that, and you knew that. You know exactly how I was, and you took advantage of the fact that social media does not like me. You don't know how badly it hurts to have to process that someone that cared about you says that stuff about you online. It's not something that you could just get over. That was disrespectful. That was rude. Like, I have messages that I could literally share that will literally, like, you know, but I'm not. I don't do that. And I've been respectful. But that was disrespectful. And the stuff you said about my dad was so messed up. I don't go talk shit about your family, even though you don't like most of your family. I don't put your mom on blast or your dad on blast or anyone like that. And for you to say what you said about my brother and my dad was so disrespectful. You have no respect whatsoever. That's fucked up. And everyone's telling me that I'm not supposed to say anything, that I'm supposed to be okay. I'm not okay. And then what happens if something happens and I'm in the hospital? I'm enduring my stress, pains, and everything else. And literally, my whole body is not feeling good. But if I go to the hospital, then it's going to be seen as, oh, she's faking it. Someone sees me at the hospital, they'll take a picture. I'm not going to post I'm at the hospital. But someone will. Then what? Because you think I'm faking it? I never said you was faking it when you said you were depressed and you have depression. If you're down, depressed, and you have depression and you're not feeling good, why are you in a relationship? Answer that question. Take care of yourself. Like, what are you doing? Yes, she did. To say no one has said a thing, she did. She said I used unaliving myself to make her feel bad, which was not the case. She literally has said online that I'm not really in pain, that I just do this for attention, because anytime that something happens between her and me, of course, this is stressful. What do you expect? Like, all the doctors told me is don't stress. Okay, well, how am I not supposed to stress with this? You don't even understand the severity of last time. Last time, she threatened to blast me. She threatened to unalive me. Last time. How am I not supposed to be stressed by that? I know what her actions are. I literally know her actions. She wanted me to go stalk and follow our other friend. She wanted me to go. She said, why don't you go talk to Bella? Why don't you go to her job and go talk to her and see what she's up to? I said, no, why would I want to do that? She's not talking to me. She didn't answer my message. I want to see what she's doing. Okay, and that was not even the weird part. She would ask me, like, for Shelterchu's car and be like, can you ask her if she can take me to go surveillance somebody? I'm like, no, I can't do that. First of all, the girl's on an ankle monitor. Second of all, she's not going to go do that. I didn't feel comfortable asking her to go. Thank you for the accordion. My grandma's brother used to play the accordion. Crazy. Anyways, like, she would have me ask Shelterchu's friend if they had, like, infrared, or what is that? You know, where you could see it at night? You know? Night vision? And she said, can you ask her to ask her friends if they can take me to surveillance? Which I get it. You want to surveillance. But the thing is like saying, like, I would have literally, if I had a car, I would have done it. Like, there's situations you guys don't understand, and I get it. But it's just that thing of saying, like, oh, she's paying for everything. It's weird. That's weird. Like, I have other stuff going on. Like, I didn't feel comfortable asking. I can't ask someone to do that. Like, for me, I hate being asked. I hate being told to ask the difficult questions. My dad would always send me to ask people for money for cigarettes. Why don't you go do that? Why is it made for me to ask these questions? I did not feel comfortable, and I knew she was going to say no. Like, it was just stuff like that. Like, I get it. It's a lot of things going on. But it's the fact of, like, that is why I am very freaked out. Because for me, I don't know who she knows. I don't know who she's friends with recently. Thank you for the good night gift. But she could be sending someone to surveillance me. That's why I brought that up. Because I know her. Whenever someone has done something to her, she sends people to watch and see what they're doing. So then she could literally link me to stuff. Just because I stayed at Barrett House when I was little does not mean we have a connection, because you also stayed at Barrett House. I don't know Crystal. I don't know Nico like that. I'm not cool with them. I'm not trying to get money off of you for some house. I know you have disabilities and you're injured. You kept saying that. I would not take advantage of someone who's disabled and injured. That is very hurtful that you think I would do that to you for some money. I literally told you. I literally messaged her and said I'm not like these other people, when she told me the reason she's hesitant to be in relationships with people is because all they ever want from her is money. The relationship she's in now, she told me that girl wanted her for her money. But you think she's in love with the girl? Like, hello? Used her for money. In messages. She literally said in a message that girl used her for money. Let her get a restraining order. I don't go anywhere. That was another thing. She's like, don't show up to where I'm at. I don't show up to where she's at. She thinks that I just show up to where she's at. I don't. I don't go to where she's at. She told me, don't show up here. It's dangerous. If she gets a restraining order, so what? She's the one that literally sends people to watch people. That's what literally scares me, is that I'm being surveillanced by somebody when I go out now, all because of something that I didn't do. Because all you have to do is just ask someone, can you go watch this person for me? And that's it. Like, over what? That is a very crazy, very scary situation.
So I tell her Liberty Mutual's car insurance has great coverage and savings. I swear, Liberty.
Well, they're not going to accept the restraining order. She has, first of all, you have to send in a lot of evidence. And clearly the messages, which mind you, we're going to have to go to court for that. I'm going to have to see her in court. And when I show the judge the messages, it's going to show that she's the one that invited me over to hang out with her. So the restraining order isn't going to go through, considering the fact that she's the one that made plans. She made plans with me not too long ago. It's literally in the messages that I plan to go over. If I'm obsessed with her, if it's so dangerous and she needs to get a restraining order, that's her issues. If I wasn't telling the truth, she wouldn't have to get a restraining order. The restraining order is not going to pass because she has to have evidence. And when the messages get shown that we were planning to meet up, the judge is not going to going to pass her restraining order. I'm going to be like, why is she getting a restraining order if she planned to hang out with me? I'm not even doing anything to her. She literally made threats to me. And when the judge sees that threat that she made, it's not going to be good for her. she's making it worse for herself. I have a right to speak up for myself. If that makes you mad because you won't have a conversation with me, then oh wow. You're the one who took it to the internet when you could have had a conversation with me. But you couldn't text me because you have a relationship that you're in. That should not stop you from having a conversation with me, so you blasted me online. That's so messed up. If that person doesn't let you have a conversation with your friend, then that's messed up. Literally going back to someone that wanted you for money and then saying that I'm working with these people to try to get your money is the stupidest thing I've heard in my life. And so she never faked, she never wanted money. She didn't use you for money. You lied the whole time. Crazy. Crazy. A predator, no means no is crazy considering the fact that I didn't say that her. I sent a recent message telling her that I wanted to be her friend. Why are you saying that that's predatory behavior? No means no. She said, think of me as a friend, so I said, okay. Why does she have to keep mentioning that? In a recent message, I'll even show you I sent that message. I said, I'm trying to be your friend. Nowhere did I say anything about a relationship. For you to say, oh, you're being a predator, no means no. I never pushed anything. You're just believing false lies. Where did I ever push anything about a relationship with her? Nowhere. I never even told anybody we were in a relationship. Like, that's a very weird comment to make. I never pushed anything on anybody. No means no was correct, but did I get to say no when she grabbed my boob? Did I get to decide whether or not it was okay for her to do that? She didn't even ask me. It's just like, oh, this is mine, I'm gonna take it. That's what it felt like. I felt disgusted. How am I supposed to feel? Like, I'm supposed to be okay with that? I'm supposed to get in the car and not cry about it and not be upset after someone says, think of me as a friend, and then they grab me like that? That I'm just supposed to be okay? Because you said it's not SA. Oh, well, I guess it's not SA. I guess she doesn't have to take accountability. So what she could do is lie and then tell people I pressed my boobs up against her and made her feel uncomfortable when I didn't. Oh, she side hugged me and she pressed her boobs up against me. I had no intentions of doing anything to you like that. That was not my thought process. You're the one who hugged me. And you want to lie and say something like that when that is way different than you just grabbing my boobs? I was not trying to be sexual towards you. I was not trying to be anything. I was just standing there and you hugged me on the side and you kissed the top of my head. But I didn't say anything because it didn't bother me. Now all of a sudden you want to say that made you uncomfortable when I was just standing there. Everyone was there. They know what happened. And you try to lie and there's a whole group of witnesses? That's crazy. All I did was just stood there. I was listening to the other people's conversation. I was looking that way. And I was just standing there. And she just side hugged me. And all of a sudden it went from a side hug to me pressing my boobs on you. And you making it seem like I pushed myself on you when I didn't. So now all of a sudden I'm obsessed. Now all of a sudden I'm the one that's crazy because of your feelings. And you know it's true because you're taking it out on me. But when I mentioned something that made me uncomfortable, I had no right to say anything. And the reason why I said something is because if I would have told you, you would have got mad. You don't have conversations with people. And you're downplaying the fact that you did that to me. It is so messed up. You could at least say sorry. I don't know why someone would want to be with someone that does stuff like that. If I was with someone and someone accused the person I was with of doing that, then why would I want to be with them? It had nothing to do with liking me. It had nothing to do with liking me. It's not lying. We went to take her tacos. Tophiachu got in the car. As we were leaving, she hugged me. So then she was pulling away because, I was I was leaving. So I pulled her back to hug her again. And then as we pulled away, as we were breaking apart from hugging so I could go get into the car, she grabbed my boob real quick. So the only response I had, because I couldn't really think in the moment, because I'm like, oh, okay. Like, that's what the type of shit she did. She would do stuff to push me away and then pull me back in. Like, you sent me a message saying, think of me as a friend, so then you grab my boob to pull me back in and be like, oh, then you put this thought into my head because you did that, like, oh, she wants me. Like, oh, she wants to be with me. That's what you wanted me to think. That's fucked up to mess with someone's mental like that. You messed with my brain. Like, you grabbed me after you said think of me as a friend, and then you literally fucked me up like that. What am I supposed to think in the moment, right? That's kind of a fucked up thing to do to someone. And then to say, oh, well, she pushed her boobs against me when we side hugged. I had no intentions like that. My intentions were not to harm you. And I even never overstepped boundaries. I made sure you were okay with anything that I did. I said, is this okay? Are you comfortable with this? Are you comfortable with me saying these things? Are you comfortable with me doing what I did? We didn't kiss on the lips, okay, but I have kissed her, but not like that. But I asked if it was okay and if she was comfortable. I never once tried to do anything you didn't want to do or that I didn't want to do. You would just literally throw out sexual comments, and I don't know how to respond to that. You would literally put out these sexual comments out of nowhere, and I don't know how to respond or react. I feel like I had to agree to things, or I had to say okay, because if I said no, you wouldn't have wanted me. That's how I felt. You didn't even ask me how I felt. We're having a discussion about health problems, and all of a sudden you ask me if I have sex, if I really never had sex with a woman, and then it's back to that, like, that look in your face, and then planning to have sex with me, and I'm like, okay, and in that moment I'm like, I don't know what to do, because what if I say no, and then she just thinks that I think it's weird, or she's not going to be with me if I don't have sex with her. Like, these are the things that I had to deal with. My boundaries were not respected because I didn't even set boundaries. I just let her do whatever, because I was like, if I set boundaries, I felt like she would just leave. She would just push herself away. If I didn't let her do these things, it might have been okay in the moment, but it wasn't. But you go online and make it seem like I'm the horrible person, and I'm not supposed to feel some type of way, and you guys tell me that I'm not supposed to process that. I gotta talk about this with my therapist. Yes, I also wanted to know what it was like to be with a woman because I never had sex with a woman, but also because I thought if I said no, then maybe that person would leave that I had to. It was just like, oh, it was just like, oh, it was you and how you felt, but you didn't even ask me how I felt about it. You just said we're doing this and that's it. That's what it felt like. Did you even say, are you comfortable with that? No, you didn't ask me if I was comfortable with that. You didn't even ask me. I didn't assault her. I didn't even hug her. For her to even lie like that is crazy. I didn't give her the side hug. She's the one who side hugged me. And I didn't even have intentions of hugging her. I did not push my boobs onto her like she claims. I didn't do that. I was standing there, literally listening to other people talk. Well, I didn't hug her, she hugged me. So, that's a messed up thing to say. Considering the fact that what she did to me was considered SA. Whether you want to say so or not. So now I'm the one that essays people, that I'm not the one that got essayed. That's fucked up. Whatever. She doesn't have proof. What proof does she have? She's the one who literally went over there to the whole group. It was like she knows me as Big Daddy. Like, why would you say something like that? She doesn't have a picture of me pushing my boobs up against her. I literally was just standing there. That's crazy. I literally just stood there. Whatever. There is no video. Because she doesn't video anything. There is no video. That's how I know you're lying. She wasn't filming when she was there. I know because she doesn't film when she hangs out with me. So that's why you can't lie. It didn't happen because there's no video. Like, that's how I know you're lying. Because if there was a video, there wouldn't be because she doesn't film. I was standing there. You know what is so crazy and so messed up is claiming SA. And if you do get a restraining order and you go to court, I have witnesses that'll disprove that SA claim, because I'll mention that in court. How you went online and you told people I SA'd you. There were witnesses there that day. You want to claim SA? Then go ahead. You know what you did. You don't want to take accountability. You don't want to apologize. You hurt me. You hurt me. I literally told you my whole situation about being sexualized when I was younger. About being SA'd. And you went and did the very thing that someone else did to me. You thought it was okay. And then you guys sit here and you tell me that never happened to me. You don't know how dehumanizing that is. And here I am just telling myself, oh, that's her. That's how she is. It's like no one believed me, and it just fucking sucks, 'cause It's never asking about how I felt. It's okay to overstep boundaries when it comes to you, but I respected you in every way. When I asked you, was it okay for me to do this? It's okay. You never once asked me if it was okay. You didn't even care how I felt. And it's way beyond someone liking me. It is. If someone grabbed you like that, how would you feel? So I'm just supposed to act like it's okay? I'm supposed to be okay with that? And then I had to tell myself, oh, maybe I wanted it because maybe what I did caused her to do that. So I wanted it, Like, it's hurtful. It hurts. I never said I was great. I never said that. What are you even talking about? I never even said that. I never said I was great. I was sexually assaulted when I was 10 years old. I couldn't consent to what happened. I was groped by someone who literally just only wanted to date me so they can grope me. I'm not even going to get into it. I was 10 years old. I already talked about this story. Nowhere did I say I was raped. I deserved it? That's crazy. What are you even talking about? YOLO had nothing to do with SAing someone. Hello? I didn't SA her. I just went to give her a kiss. That was all. And I even made sure it was okay. I didn't ask because obviously, hello? And she's the one who literally went, like, for me to do it, so okay. And we didn't kiss on the lips or anything. Yeah, it was on her cheek or whatever, like right here, this area, right? But even then, she was the one that even said, I'm sorry, my hair's in the way, and then she moved it. Like, what are we even doing? I didn't say YOLO like, oh, I'm just gonna go for it, even if she said no. She never said no, and she never was uncomfortable. That's not what she's trying to say. She literally tried to say that I pushed my boobs up against her when we went for a side hug. Like, it's like you're just making fun of SAing me. Do you not get that? Do you not see what she's trying to do? That's fucked up. Like, you're sitting there mocking me after what you did. And I can't even talk to you about it because this is what you do. When our friend expressed to you that they were uncomfortable with you making sexual jokes towards them, your response was you act and think like a man. So why would I even tell you that my boundaries are not being respected if you make it seem like that's how you are, being sexual, making sexual jokes. You talk about sex all the time. It's on your brain most of the time. You wanted to sleep with people. You wanted to sleep here and there, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with sleeping with people. But sex was always on her brain. And that made me feel bad because I wasn't making sexual jokes. Why would I make sexual jokes? Like I told you guys, she made it feel like I made her feel uncomfortable when I did that. When I did make those jokes, she made it seem like she was uncomfortable by them. Okay, so then I stopped. And then you had an issue and you literally said, why did you stop? Like, you make everything difficult. I literally have respected your boundaries. I asked you if things were okay. For you to literally act like nothing was okay and I was obsessed is crazy when I asked you. It's literally, there's a voicemail. I literally have proof. If that needs to get brought up in courts, because you have to go to courts with the other person for a restraining order. I know, because I tried to get one on my brother's ex. There is literally a video of a voice recording of me saying, hey, and there's also a comment of me saying, did I make you feel uncomfortable? Are you okay with that? I don't want to make you feel uncomfortable. You said no. What happened to you could never make me mad? You remember that? Oh, yeah, you lied. I said, I just don't want to do or say anything to make you uncomfortable or make you mad. It was a message I sent to her. That's when she called me Miss Lydell. And then she said that she said I enjoyed spending time with you tonight. She goes, I enjoyed spending time. And then, because I said I was worried, the reason why I didn't say anything is because I was worried I would make you mad or make you uncomfortable, and I don't want you to feel that way. There's a whole long message. She responds with, you could never make me mad, and then says, I had a good time with you, Miss Lydell, or whatever. That's like a whole message. For you to make it seem like I made you uncomfortable, like I pushed my boobs onto you, is crazy. I was just standing there. You went and hugged me on the side. I don't do anything unless you initiate it. And I've always said that. You guys know when I told you that stuff. She's the one who's always initiated holding my hand. She's the one who's always done stuff. Because I don't want to make her feel uncomfortable. She's telling me, think of me as a friend, and then she's being affectionate. What the heck am I supposed to think? And I'm not doing anything, and I'm just letting her do it because I don't want her to say, oh, well, she was the one who tried to hold my hand. She was the one who tried to do this. Oh, yeah, now she would have really used that. She would have really used that. No, I was just standing there. I didn't prey on any women. I was not interested in any women at the shelter. The only person I was interested in was her. She's the one. I have a message where she literally told me, why don't you just go date Bella? I was like, I don't even like her like that. Like, why are you... She was always trying to push me on other women. That's literally a message she sent. She said, well, why don't you just go date Bella? Because she got mad at me. And she said, why don't you just go date Bella? Why couldn't you have just dated her and messed with her? Because she got mad. She thought I was messing with her feelings. That I didn't really love her. That I was just playing with her. That I didn't really mean what I say. So she told me, why don't I just go date the other person and mess with them? And I said, I'm not messing with you. I really meant what I said. When I told her I loved her, I meant that. Like, for her to literally question me constantly, that was the thing that made me feel horrible. I would go home and feel like crap. I would go home and feel like, what is going on? Yes, I did mention one time that I don't know if I really like women because I was hurt. I was heartbroken because she said that she couldn't be my first and that she couldn't date me because I was young. So I played it off as like, oh, I was not telling you that because I wanted to be with you. I was just telling you I liked women because I needed to be open and honest, which it was also partially that too. So then what happened was that ever since then she would question me. She would be like, do you really like women? Oh, she would see like someone that she found, some girl she found attractive whenever we were out somewhere, and she would be like, what do you think of her? And I'm like, my mind is on my housing. Like, I'm not even here. I'm not even, like, I'm thinking about, like, getting my housing, and you want me to respond to what I think about this woman? It was like doing that to question if I really liked women. That's what she was doing. She would say, what do you think of her? And I'm like, oh, she's cute. Like, what do you want me to say? Like, my mind is not like... And I knew that's what her intentions were. Her intentions were to question if I really liked women. That's why she would do that. And that was literally messing with me. And then saying I'm trying to mess with her and make her think a certain way and try to make it seem like she don't like men. I never said that. She's the one who said that. She's the one who said she would never marry a man. She's the one who said that this man was after her and that he wanted to sleep with her, and she told him she literally didn't want to sleep with him. Nothing. Like, she's the one who said this stuff. Yes, I'm bisexual. It was. Like, my mind was not there. Like, what did you want me to say? Oh, she's sexy or whatever? Like, my mindset is not on women. Like, I was not trying to, like, tell you what I think of this woman right then and there while we're out somewhere, because you're questioning if I really like women. She literally catcalled this girl, and I just laughed it off, which someone said, that was not right. You should have said something. Like, and she blamed you for that. She literally catcalled this girl. There was this girl in red boots, and she had on a jean skirt. That was that day that iShow Speed was there. She catcalled her and was like, Tophia, shh, why'd you do that? And I was like, I didn't do anything. That was you. And I laughed. And then I had a conversation with someone about that because, you know, they were like, that was not funny. They were like, she catcalled a woman and blamed you for that. Like, you should have said something. And I was like, and I didn't really think about that until, you know, when you don't really think about things until someone says something. And then you have to analyze that. And it's like, you know what? That wasn't right. How am I going to prove that? That is just something that happened. I was not filming. There was people going to the Lobo game. And it would just be like, oh, what do you think of that woman? Or what do you think of that? Just like out of nowhere, random. And then I have messages where she questioned me. Like, do you really have feelings? Like, yeah. For me, I felt like I had to overextend myself and figure out how to show her that I loved her because she didn't believe me. I'm like, I don't know what to do to get this woman to believe that I really love her because she keeps questioning me. It was questioning. That's not her real account. The person that said that I had a yeast infection and gave a UTI, that's a troll account. You should already know that. That's not her. She doesn't have an account with her real name on it. She would never make an account with her real name on it. I know that. She's not a social media person. I'm not going to show messages. That's not her account though. That account is a troll account. I do. No, it's not. She doesn't make accounts with her name on it. The only one that she made an account for is Facebook. And I don't even go to her Facebook and look at it. I don't even watch her Facebook. I know. Like, you don't know her. I know her. She's not a social media person. She made an account without her name on it last time and deleted it because she said weird people was following her. So she deactivated her account. She told me. She didn't say that on Facebook. It was an account on TikTok. It was not on Facebook. It was I saw the comment on TikTok. It was a comment with her picture and a name, and it said she gave me a UTI and she has a yeast infection. I saw the comment. Someone said, "This better be a troll. Is this really her?" No, it's not really her. I saw, like, people posted the stuff she said on Facebook. She never mentioned a UTI. How could I give her anything if we never had sex? That doesn't make any sense. Does that make any sense to you? If we never had sex, then how does she get an infection? You don't just give it to someone by standing next to them or sitting next to them. That's stupid. Like, I didn't give her that. She got that from somebody else then. Because she never slept with me. If she did say that, which I never saw her say that was a troll account, then I never gave her that. That was someone else. Because we never slept together. Okay, I have the capability of doing that. How can you give someone that if you've never slept together? So if you hug someone, you know, like in American Dad, where Steve thought he hugged that girl and got her pregnant, that actually works. If you hug someone, you could get them pregnant. Can we stop? I never slept with her. So what are we doing? Yeah, someone that essays people is above somebody's league. That's really weird. Crazy. Well, whatever. I never harmed her kids, so whatever. I never did anything to her kids. You don't even know anything. I'm not showing the messages because I'm not doing that. If I show the messages, it's just going to be a back and forth. There's no point. Because what's the point of showing the messages? All it's going to show to you guys is you guys are just going to say that she lied to me when she says she loved me and that she really didn't love me. So what's the whole point of showing messages when you're just going to say what you're already saying? There's no point to see the messages. You're just going to say, yeah, she says she loved you, but she really didn't love you. Okay, cool. Like, I don't need to. Okay, whatever. Whatever you want to believe, believe it. No, I don't. I didn't do anything to her. Like, and to be honest, if she said that, which I didn't see her say that, and I know that's not true because you're trying to make me respond to something she never said so you could go tell her that I said that. I didn't see her say that I her out. Like, let's not lie. She never said that. Do you not see what you guys are responding to? Do you not see how disgusting that is? for someone to literally get mad and say something that sexual about somebody, knowing that that never happened. Why would you even put that online when you have a partner? I would never put that online, that someone blanked me out, or that, oh, theirs was sour. Like, why are you talking about somebody's private area like that when you got a partner? Like, that is so weird. Right? We never did anything. She's the one who always made sexual jokes. Like, I didn't sleep with anybody. I went to show her my astronaut light. I said, look, I just bought this at Walmart. We were in the room, and I said, oh, my roommate got kicked out, and I explained the reasoning of why she got kicked out. And there was 2 beds. She said, put the 2 beds. Here's the thing. She made a sexual joke about me and my roommate, and I wasn't even thinking about my roommate like that. That was very weird of her to do. She literally said, why don't you get in the bed with your roommate or something like that? And I was like, what the heck? Like, why would you even say anything like that? Then she backtracked and realized what she said, and then she tried to downplay what she said. Like, that's weird. She literally said, like, why don't you climb in bed with her? Why don't you sleep together? And then she, like, I said, what? I said, no, like, that's my roommate. I don't even think of her like that. I thought of her as kind of like a friend, because she did. I hope I didn't leave that in there. It was a note that she sent me, a letter that she wrote me, or whatever, because, you know, it was a sentimental note, anyways. And so, anyways, she said that. So then, when she went over to watch the fight, it was a fight that she went to go watch. I told her I would replay it for her. I think it was the Jake Paul fight. I told her, come here. So we went to my room and I showed her the astronaut light. I'm like, look at this light. And she's like, this is cool. I had it like on the red lighting. So then I had said, oh, my roommate got kicked out. I'm in this room by myself, and she's going to get rid of that bed. And she said, you should put the beds together. Or no, and then she said, put the bed against the wall. And then, or I said, yeah, I don't have a roommate. My roommate got kicked out, and I told her why. And then she went like that. That's how she went. And then I was like, I always say, get your mind out of the gutter or something like that. And then I said, I ain't getting lucky. And then we just left the room, like, or I ain't getting busy, or I ain't that lucky. I ain't getting lucky. And then just left. So then I went to go get the Grinch huggers because I got extras and went to give them to her for her and someone else. And then she comes back there, and I think my intent was that she was probably going to try to kiss me. That's what I think. But I don't know her intentions, because she went back there, and then because as I was leaving the room, it was like too late because I was leaving and she was coming. So then she said, come here, and I was like, okay. And then she hugged me, and I was like, she wasn't even leaving yet, but she hugged me. And I was like, okay. She was just like, come here. And then I was like, okay, like, why were you following me to the room? Which, to me, it wasn't an uncomfortable thing. Like, the only thing that was uncomfortable was the SA that happened to me. But that wasn't uncomfortable because, to me, it's just like, oh, you know, like, it's a good feeling because I liked her. So, like, hello. I'm not gonna have an issue with that. But it was just like that, like cracking the sexual jokes, and I couldn't really crack anything back because it was just like it made me feel like, oh, well, you're uncomfortable. You make it feel like when I do these things, it's uncomfortable. No, that's not the essay that I was talking about. That was not on Taco Tuesday. That's when she went to go look. She went to go watch the game. The boxing. It was that fight, the Jake Paul fight. She went to go watch the Jake Paul fight. The other incident that when the essay happened is different than then. That was not Taco Tuesday. That was Sunday. I know because I remember every little thing. It was on a Sunday. She went over to watch the match, the fight, because I said I could replay it for her. Because I said, oh, you could come watch the fight. And she's like, okay, but then she couldn't. Something happened. So then she went and basically, she said, I can't. And I said, it's okay. I can always replay it because on Netflix, you can replay the fight. So then she planned that Sunday to go over and watch it. So I'm like, okay, I'll have everything ready. I made a cheese dip. Oh man, that's the best cheese dip ever. I got everything ready. Cause hello, it's a fight. You gotta have the snacks. So then that's when she went over, and then that happened. Like, you know, how am I supposed to feel? Here's the thing with the memory loss, right? It pertain like memory loss. I can't remember a lot of things from my past. Like unless I'm reminded, then I'm like, oh yeah, that happened, and then it brings up that. But now recently, I'm trying to remember things, right? But it was just like I went to show her that because I was like, oh, the light, and then she's like this. Like, I just laughed because I'm like, that's her just being her because that's how she is. Like, in my head, I'm like, yeah, like, you know, what would you do? It's not selective memory loss. Well, whatever. I don't have women on my mind, so that's crazy. The only reason why like I mentioned anything is because it is hurtful. I was only addressing that she told people that I pushed my boobs against her. Like, she didn't want to take accountability for grabbing my boobs when she didn't even ask. And she literally had just commented or had just not commented, but just messaged me and told me, think of me as a friend, and then grabs me like, yeah, that's mine. Like, what if I would have grabbed her like that? And I've always respected her boundaries. I've always asked her, like, hey, is it okay that I do this? Hey, are you uncomfortable with this? No, I'm not uncomfortable. I went out of my way to respect her boundaries. Every time she was around me, you know, certain moments, it was like this kind, sweet person. You know, she didn't bring up sex in certain times, you know. There was something that I had mentioned to her, and then she made a sexual thing about it, like, towards me, and I know that's what it was. Because of what I mentioned, I know. But at some moments, yes, she was kind and she was a sweet, affectionate person. She wasn't sex. But it's just like sometimes, it was just like, yeah, she wanted to sleep with me. And it was just like, I don't know. I was okay with it. I like, if something would have happened, yeah, I would have been okay. But it's just like that moment when she asked me, thinking about it, was not like, she didn't even ask me if I was okay with that. She just said, hey, this is what we're doing, and that's it. I don't text her all the time without a response. We went a whole week without talking. When I asked her, how are you doing? That's what fueled this. And it not only fueled this because people were saying we was in a relationship when I never said I was in a relationship with her. I hadn't heard from her in a whole week. When I wait for her to message me. She's the one who messages me first. Then she made a comment to me when she called me saying, oh, you don't talk to me a lot. You don't talk to me as much. I have to message you. And I'm like, well, if I message you, you got something going on. And if she's dealing with something and there's something going on, then she snaps at me. That's why I got to be careful. That's why I don't message her. I don't message her because there's always something hectic going on, and then she snaps and she takes it out on me. So I said, oh, I wait for you to message me, because if not, you'll snap, you'll get mad, something will happen. And I know you're busy all the time. I told her that several times. I know you're busy a lot. That's why I don't message you. She made it seem like she was upset I don't message her. So I hadn't heard from her in a whole week, and I wanted to know if she was okay. How is it that you go a whole week without talking to someone and you don't say, hey, are you okay? She was more than okay. She was in a relationship and didn't even say that. You have someone here worried about you, and you don't talk to them for a whole week. Of course I'm going to message you and see if you're okay. I care. Thank you, Alana. Someone gets it. And you know what else I really wanted to say is that I appreciate the people that literally said that they understand my situation because they went through something. Like, someone told me that we were not a relationship at all, right? But the thing that someone told me is that their first relationship sent them to the hospital, and that was very similar to mine. And you're right, Alana, no one should have to go through that. She may not agree with me, but to not respect someone's boundaries is fucked up. And I cared about her boundaries. Whenever I did something, when I said the YOLO, I just didn't go for it, right? Like, yeah, when I did something, I always made sure it was the right moment to do it. I just didn't just grab someone and just, I wasn't like that. I never was like that. Especially with her. I wanted her to be comfortable and okay. And I always asked. I always said, right? I said, hey, are you okay with this? Does this make you uncomfortable? No. So, there was some other stuff that was lies. She literally told me that she could be herself around me but then told me that she had to be a certain way one time when she got mad at me. Because she literally said, I feel like I have to be a certain way. Like you want, I don't know, it was just like, nobody said you had to be anything. I didn't accuse her girlfriend of being abusive. Where did I accuse her girlfriend of being abusive? I never said anything about her girlfriend. I met her girlfriend. That's her ex. I never said anything about her girlfriend being abusive. When did I say that? I never said anything like that. Don't put words into my mouth. I don't have her girlfriend's number. So how did I message the girlfriend? I don't have her girlfriend's number. I met her, but I don't know her like that. I didn't say her girlfriend was abusive. I never said her girlfriend was abusive. Never did I say that. Yesterday, what I said, which I know what you're talking about, and I never said she was abusive. I said she was in an abusive relationship with a man. Her ex was in an abusive relationship with a man. I never said she was abusive towards her. I said she chose her over an abusive relationship. That's what I said. I never said she was abusive. She didn't choose her. She chose to be with a man who was abusive, which it's very hard to get out of abusive relationships. I understand that. I never mentioned anything about her being abusive. Why are we gonna lie like that? What does that have to do with abuse? She never said no, but you never asked if she was okay with it. Again, I did. What part of that don't you understand? I didn't do anything unless it was okay. What are you even talking about? Because she didn't say no. Because she was okay with it. That's what I'm telling you guys. I didn't just force myself on anything. I made sure she was okay. That's what I was telling you guys. She was okay with it. You're justifying that over something I might have not been okay with because she didn't ask me. She just went and grabbed me. Like, defending someone that sexually assaulted someone is crazy. All because you don't like somebody.
Hey guys.
That's weird. Sorry, it hurts right there. Like, and it feels like I have something stuck in my tooth. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna have to get off. Well, no, I don't have to get off soon, but I'm getting tired, so Have a good day or night where you guys are. Thank you for liking, commenting, gifting, watching, and joining the fan club. I will see you guys later. Have a good day or night where you guys are. Bye guys. Good night.